atmosphere is changing now, for the Spirit of the Lord is here. The evidence is all around that the Spirit of the Lord is here. The atmosphere is changing now, for the Spirit of the Lord is here. The evidence is all around that the Spirit of the Lord is here. Overflow in this place. Fill our hearts with your love. Your love surrounds us. You're the reason we came to encounter your love. Your love surrounds us. The atmosphere is changing now, for the Spirit of the Lord is here. The evidence is all around that the Spirit of the Lord is here. Yeah. The atmosphere is changing now,
Well, good evening, Lufkin Central and Online Worship Community. Jason Hollinger, the campus and community minister here, and for the time in our evening, devotional, we're fast forwarding a little bit through our journey through Genesis, as we're going to look at Genesis chapter 22, where God tests Abraham. We're going to look at that right after this time in worship.
If you've been abandoned by the ones you trust the most, and you built a wall around your heart to make sure no one else gets close, I could fill the air with empty words and hope that they would work, but nothing I would say could change the way you hurt. So I won't say another word. I'll show you the cross with Jesus lifted high. I'll show you the grave where death was left behind. I'll show you a Savior who paid the highest cost. Show me all your scars and I'll show you the cross. If you're on the outside, angry and looking in, and you don't believe that grace can reach you in the places you have been, if all you know of truth and love are lies and hypocrites, then nothing I could say would change the way it is. The only thing that I can do is this: I'll show you the cross with Jesus lifted high. I'll show you the grave where death was left behind. I'll show you a Savior who paid the highest cost. Show me all your scars and I'll show you the cross. Come as you are, come as you are, broken and bleeding. Come as you are, come as you are, find what you needed. Come as you are, come as you are, if you don't believe it. I'll show you my sins, dead and washed away. I'll show you a grace that led my heart to change. I'll show you a Savior who loved when I was lost. Show me all your scars. I'll show you the cross with Jesus lifted high. I'll show you the grave where death was left behind. I'll show you a Savior who paid the highest cost. Show me all your scars and I'll show you the cross. Show me all your scars and I'll show you the cross. Show me all your scars and I'll show you the cross.
Well, as we mentioned in the opening, tonight we're talking about God testing Abraham. Chapter 22 tells the story of God's command to Abraham to sacrifice Isaac, verses 1 through 19, and concludes with another one of those short genealogy of story of the descendants of Abram's brother Nahor, verses 20 through 24. But the story is presented, yes, as a test of Abraham's trust in God. In God tells Abraham what he must do and where he must do it, and in the midst of this, we find out is Abraham. It says he obeys God. He makes these preparations for the sacrifice, traveling to the area where God tells him to go. Verse 4. Abraham instructs his helpers, and they go part of the way with Abraham and Isaac to carry out this sacrifice, verses 5 through 6. There's this reply to Isaac's question about the animal to be sacrificed. And what I love in this is, it says, Abraham assures his son that God will provide it, that God will provide this sacrifice. And in the midst of it, at the appointed place now where Abraham is set to prepare this sacrifice for his son, he's there obeying God in a very difficult situation. Obviously, this promised son, and he is halted by the angel of the Lord, who sees that Abraham has obeyed God. And in the place of his son, a ram is provided for Abraham. Abraham then sacrifices it and gives this place a special name. And because of this, the Lord renews the promise of his blessing to Abraham and his descendants and to all people. And what I love it is the story closes with Abraham and his men returning to Beersheba. And man, what a story to tell. All of us have those moments in our lives that something takes place that, man, you can't describe it. You can't experience it. And I think of this from the perspective of Abraham, of knowing where he is going and his son not knowing. And ultimately in that moment when Isaac, when they're preparing everything, there obviously had to be this moment where Isaac starts to figure out, this is for me. This is being set for me. And what's my father doing? And then God intervening, thankful to Abraham's obedience, even knowing what it would cost him. Abraham fully understanding that it would cost him his son. A bit of foreshadowing, a bit of something to think about centuries from now, from this moment, when a father did not spare his son, but gave him up as a sacrifice for all of humanity. Whew. What a story to tell. My question to you tonight is, have you told that story to someone? Have you taken the time to share that story with someone? I guarantee you, it'll change their life. It'll change your life as well. Story you know, and they don't know, but they will if someone would tell them. Just a little something to think about. Y'all have a great night. God bless.
Can't go back to the beginning. Can't control what tomorrow will bring. But I know here in the middle is a place where you promised to be. Not in When night has fallen, when fear is coming, still you're calling me. When faith is lost and my hope exhausted, you will be my strength. When my mind says I'm not good enough, God, you're enough for me. Yeah, I've decided I'm not giving up, 'cause you won't give up on me. No, you won't give up on me, 'cause your love is holding on and it won't let go. I feel it breaking out like an echo, 'cause your love is holding on and it won't let go. I feel it breaking out like an echo, echo in my soul. In every season, you keep repeating promises to me.